Good morning. Welcome to the John Mendola Show here in WILK. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Appreciate you joining us each and every Saturday. As the 2017-18 scholastic season kicked off, we were here last week. We're here again this week. We're going to talk some high school football today. Also, we're going to talk with Keith Olsomer out of Delaware Valley. Always great to check in with him early in the season about what's going on. But a lot of field hockey to talk about here early in the show, and the Lake Lehman field hockey team happens to be with us in studio this morning, so it's great to welcome him in as we welcome in Coach Jean Lipski. And Coach, great to see you again, and everybody I'm sure will be glad to hear from you again.
Oh, thank you. We're glad to be here.
Well, another year and a successful campaign last year, that's for sure. Let's talk about how things went in the off season with girls from sure playing a lot of club hockey and then traveling a little bit. How are things looking here for this new season?
I think we look really, we're coming together. I think that a lot of the girls have played a lot of field hockey. If they haven't played field hockey, they've done other sports. And I think that all of the other sports add to their skill level for field hockey. And so I'm feeling very confident. We're going to have to work hard. We have to every year because we have a great conference. But I feel as though this team has great leadership from the seniors. We have a great core of underclassmen, and I'm really looking forward to coaching them.
And, of course, the competition, as always, looks as stiff as ever in the Wyoming Valley Conference. I'm sure you're looking forward to a lot of those matchups.
We sure are. You know, we have to take every game because on any given day, anybody can win, and so you can't overlook anyone. But we always have great teams in the Wyoming Valley Conference, and you know, this is going to be like every other year.
And, Coach, you talk about a handful of these young ladies that we're going to get to. The first young lady we're going to talk about is Ledee Gregory. Tell us a little bit about what Ledee's skill sets are out there on the field.
Well, she certainly has attracted attention this year so far at camps. Everyone's talking about her, and I think her greatest skill level is her transition game. She plays defense, but isn't afraid to just pick up the ball and go right on to offense. And we have the team players around her who understand that and can fill in where, you know, she has left her defensive position. And she has great speed, great stamina, and a nose for the goal. So I'm expecting loads out of Ledee.
All right, let's welcome in Ledee Gregory here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire Service, locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. And Ledee, it's your senior year, so you ready for it?
Yeah, kinda.
A little bittersweet, but at the same time, you got to go out there and you got to go get them. Let's talk about you playing the defense and some of those defenders that are around you.
Well, we lost our two defenders that played last year that started, so we have two positions that are coming up and that we need filled. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to change this year with two new players.
And as far as overall the younger players coming in this year, what have you seen in some of the summer workouts and get-togethers with the young ladies?
They have a lot of energy. So far, they're really busting their butts because they know we have about 6 spots to fill all together. So it's really anyone's game right now. We're heading into doubles this week, so I think we're just kind of getting closer and closer to see who gets to earn those spots.
And, of course, a lot of team bonding. So talk about some of the activities. There's a lot of activities when you're a Lake Lehman field hockey player, and I know you had one this past week as well. So tell us about some things that you do.
This past week we did 19 random acts of kindness. We did that for Missy, I think her name is, and she died. She had cancer, so we kind of do random acts of kindness like around our community, and we just do that in memory of her. And this past week, we did it, like we painted rocks, we gave out brownies, we gave out water to the football and soccer team, and then we went to her mother's house and we just swam and hung out with her.
Well, obviously a nice gesture on you and your team's part, and pasta parties as well. Who's the big pasta cooker in the family?
Everyone kind of brings their own stuff. This year we plan on having more than usual because I think this year, like, we were a family in the past years, but this year we just like are very, very close. We have some upcoming freshmen that are just really good kids, so we're excited to share the season with them.
All right, well, I'm excited to maybe share Coach Lipski's cooking skills. Maybe she could bring some stuff down the next time. Let's talk a little bit about track and field, something else you do. Talk about what events you compete in the spring.
I do the 4x1, the 100, and sometimes the 200. So I'm excited for that. Last year, our 4x1, we medaled in districts. We got 6th. So this year, I hope we're about a couple seconds away from the school record. So I hope we get that this year.
Talking with Ledee Gregory here on the Jean Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Lake Lehman Field Hockey is the theme this morning so far. Of course, favorite subjects for you, Ledee, science and history. Tell us about what you enjoy about those.
I was going to major in special education, but I think I'm changing that to physical therapy as of right now. So,
no physical therapists out of work. It seems like that's the hot major the last several years here with young men and women on the show. Of course, the next step for you looks pretty promising. Talk about where you're going to play field hockey at.
I'm going to VCU. It's Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond. I love it there. I love the coaching staff. It just feels like home away from home.
That sounds pretty exciting to me, to head to VCU and get a great opportunity. Some inspirations in your life or role models. Who do you look up to?
My mom, probably the most.
That's pretty cool. And then the biggest rivalry, Wyoming Seminary. That's always pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we wish you well, Ledee. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
All right. Ledee Gregory there from the Lake Lehman Black Knights here on the Jean Mendola Show as we talk about the team this year. And, of course, getting back over to Coach Lipski. Coach, let's talk a little bit about some of these young players that have come in this year. What have you seen so far out of the youth?
They have great energy, as Ledee commented, and they just don't want to sit on the bench. There are some who have made it a vow that they're going to make starting lineup. And so they're really working hard and showing a lot of skill, doing a lot of extra things to get better. And so I feel as though that freshman class that is coming in is just invaluable. The sophomores have a big class. They have 10. And they really get along with each other well, and they sort of play off each other, and they pick up energy and inspiration from each other. So I think they're going to do very well as, for us. We only have 2 juniors, and both of them are very good, very different players, but they're going to play a big role in our year this year.
All right. And Coach Alicia Galasso is who is up next. She's another senior with us today from the Lake Lehman Field Hockey team. What could you tell us about Alicia?
Alicia's our goalkeeper, and she has been now for a while. We've known Alicia and depended on Alicia for a long time. And she has kept us in a couple games that have allowed us to win and go on in districts and states. She's a very, very competent goalkeeper. And we have a lot of faith in Alicia. She's obviously the last line of defense. And, she has just made some great saves, and she works hard, and we expect a lot out of her. I know that she's going to be that great last defender for us.
And leaning on somebody, as you mentioned, like her, to when you come back and you have to replace some talented players that graduated and moved on to bigger and better things, having a rock kind of on that defense when you lose some defenders in front. Talk about, as a coach, probably a little sigh saying, okay, at least we know we have Alicia there. Right.
As Ledee commented, we're going to have to replace the 2 side halfbacks, and that's a big job. But we have Hunter, who's here with us today, and Ledee, who are 2 of our big defenders. And so I know that they're going to be able to instruct the younger kids that are going to come in and fill those places. I know they're going to be able to help them out. And then having Alicia, she's a great talker. We ask the goalie to keep in the game, even if the ball's not coming at her very often, and to make her deep defense work. And Alicia's very good at that, and we're going to rely on her for that as well.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's welcome in Alicia Galasso here on the Jean Mendola Show. And Alicia, let's talk about Coach talking you up there. Do you feel like you're on top of the world, or you feel like there's just too much pressure right now?
I just feel like a little nervous just because it's going to be a crazy year.
Well, you're a senior, so you have some experience. Let's talk about the experience that you bring to this year's team and how you're going to help, hopefully, some of those young defenders in front of you.
Well, last year we lost a lot of players that were up in front of me. So this year we just have to communicate and just get them ready for season, because it's not easy to take other players' positions like that.
And for you, let's talk about the goalie's mindset. What's it like when you're out there. I'm sure there's times where you're bored and you're twiddling your thumbs, so to speak, and then other times where there's a lot of action. So how do you kind of stay in the game?
Well, last year I really didn't do much because my team was really amazing. But this year it's going to be a little harder with losing so many seniors. So hopefully I get a lot of action. But yeah, I just have to keep my mind focused on the game.
And let's talk about playing field hockey a little bit more than just with Lake Lehman. What club are you involved with, and how far are you traveling, and where are you playing all the time?
Well, right now I go to Excalibur, which is 2 hours away. It's in Philly. And so, yeah.
That's kind of fun, but do you go to Florida? Do you go to Virginia?
Well, we go to Florida for festival and just other clubs, and then we go to Virginia for NITs, and just all around. We go pretty much everywhere I travel.
And overall, you talk about where you're at as far as the next step for you. Tell us about where you're headed.
I'm headed to Quinnipiac University in Hamden, Connecticut.
All right, and I think there's a couple other young ladies from northeastern Pennsylvania that are headed there or are already there, so they're pretty excited about that. So you'll have some friends, I'm sure, to meet from northeastern Pennsylvania. Some of those team activities that we talked about earlier with Ledee, let's talk about what you like about them.
Well, we did the random act of kindness like Ledee mentioned, and I just think that brings our team and people just so much closer together when we do that, because it's just a good great team bonding. We also do this box girl thing where you get you get a group of girls with you, and they you guys buy each other gifts kind of thing. It's like a gift exchange, but it just makes the team much closer because you're getting to know the underclassmen and stuff.
Okay, and as far as some subjects in school, you like history, and you're doing a pretty good job in the classroom. Anything about history that kind of has caught your eye?
I just really like history. It's just really interesting to just about everything about it.
And did you pick a major yet for next year for college?
Yeah, I'm going to study education.
All right. Well, sounds like you got your act together. And how about lacrosse season in the spring? What do you enjoy about that?
Lacrosse is great. It's just it's a change up from field hockey because not all the girls that play field hockey play lacrosse. So it's different faces, instead of seeing everyone every single day. But last year we went to districts and we lost to SEM, but this year hopefully we'll get the district medal. And
position in lacrosse, same position or different?
Oh no, I play attack, left attack. Yeah, right. It's different.
Well, good for you. All right, well, go get him, Alicia.
Thank you.
All right, Alicia Galasso from the Lake Lehman field hockey team. She is the goalie there, and the field hockey team plays attack and lacrosse, so two totally different positions, but I think she's pretty effective at both and headed to Quinnipiac University. Well, we come back here on the show. We're going to continue the conversation with Lake Lehman field hockey. We got North Pocono football. Some of the players live in studio, roaming the halls right now here in northeastern Pennsylvania, getting ready for that. Is the air show in town. You got Kielbasa Festival. You got all these bazaars going on, so a lot of fun stuff in the air, that's for sure. We come back, we'll talk more Lake Lehman field hockey. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jen Ricky Loophole. Break like a good neighbor. Jen Ricky Loophole is there. We'll be back at WILK. 10:19 here at the John Mendola Show at WILK. We appreciate you joining us each and every Saturday. Of course, you can join us online. It is the JohnMendolaShow.com. How about a blast from the past? April Franzoni Bertine, pretty darn good back in the day. Valley West, of course, Michigan, national title. She married this guy who won 2 national championships at Michigan as a wrestler. So incredible stuff. Just interviewed her. So that is online right now. Again, at thejohnmendolashow.com. She's running some of these local races. She won last week, beat the guys and the girls. She's running this morning. I don't know how she did at the Chris Moles run. So we wish her the very best. Coach, I'm sure Coach Lipski remembers April Franzoni pretty well. And Coach, welcome back to the show. And nice to see these young ladies doing other things. What a competitor she is in talking to April. And I think you remember one of the best we've ever had here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, April was wonderful. I know a lot of her family as well, and they're just so supportive of her as an athlete and now as a mom. And so she's doing just a great job, and she was a great role model for the girls when she was here, and as she went on to college, she was just terrific. She was showing me some of those pictures from when she was in high school, just this little girl, but so stinking fast. And now she said, well, listen, I was a sprinter, but now I'm a distance person. She's doing marathons and everything. So great to see what a young lady, now 35,
And you said a mother of 3 young children doing great stuff. Coach, let's talk about field hockey. And again, you've been around it for such a long time, and such an impact you have had here in northeastern Pennsylvania with a handful of other coaches. I'm sure, and we talked about it a little bit last year, but a big smile to your face to say we made an impact here with young ladies, getting them educations, getting them to love the game, and getting them to expand their horizons a little bit.
I think that's one of our main goals as a coach, to make them love the game, to make them love competition, to learn good sportsmanship and teamwork, and to be good to each other and go on the field and be great competitors, because in life you have to be a competitor and you have to be willing to work hard and you have to be able to see those results. And so I think all sports, not just field hockey, obviously, just lends itself so well to life skills. I just think they become often better people.
How much has the game changed? You're coaching in your younger days, and of course playing on grass all the time. Now there's a lot of turf. Has that changed a whole lot with the game, and have you adjusted as a coach to that?
It's made the game so much more beautiful. Field hockey deserves to be on turf. The ball moves so much more quickly and so much truer, and it just becomes, I think it's just a beautiful game to watch when it's played well. And I think that turf lends itself nicely to that. You know, when we only knew grass, obviously it was okay. But now that we've seen it on turf, it's just so much better.
We're talking Lake Lehman field hockey here on the Jean Mendola Show, and we'll get to North Pocono football, a little Delaware Valley football coming up here on the show as well. But Coach, Madison Klopp is the young lady we're going to talk to next. What could you tell us about her?
Well, poor Madison has had to go from position to position. I think she's played almost everything except goalie. And, she sort of has solidified, in my mind, into an offensive player. And so I think that's where she's going to see some time this year as her senior. But she is just so coachable, and she loves the game so much, and she wants to become better. She's like a sponge, and everything you say to her, she just like soaks up, and you see her attempting and often succeeding, doing it on the field, and it's just so nice to coach a girl who loves the game and wants to become better.
Well, let's welcome in Madison Klopp, now a senior who will play everywhere, according to her. And Madison, talk about that flexibility, where that comes from, to just say, hey, Coach, put me wherever you need me. I don't mind.
Hi, John. I play for Electric Surge, and Chris told me it was my spring season of my freshman year, and he said, go follow the ball. I don't care where you're at on the field, go to the ball. So I was all over the place. I was playing a little offense, shooting on cage. I was coming back recovering for my defense. So I really got used to playing everywhere on the field, which really helps out the game. So my transition game is amazing with switching the ball, getting it up the field to go shoot.
And, of course, you'll have a nice cast of characters around you this year to help with that. Talk about some players that you're excited about here at Lehman for 2017 to hopefully score or maybe defend.
I love my seniors this year. We've been playing together since 7th grade in junior high, and our bond is amazing. Lene and Alicia in the back playing defense. I know that they're helping me, talking to me, and it's a great bond to have. And Izzy and Michaela being up in offense just gives me that confidence boost, going up to cage, and they're telling me where they're at, going to post, going to stroke, and going into those corners with them is amazing to have.
Not only do you have to be a role model on the field, but you have to be one at home as well, with a couple of siblings a little younger than you. Talk about having the family kind of look up to you and see what you're doing and hopefully follow.
Yeah, my little siblings I have a brother who's going to be a freshman this year, and my little sister going into 6th grade. My little sister plays hockey as well, and I love helping her out. Even with her friends, they'll come and ask for help as an advice for field hockey. And the younger girls coming in, they're going to have great skill looking up to us, and I'm so happy to be giving back to them.
Well, it's great to hear, that's for sure. As far as having fun with the team, talk about some different things that you do.
We do pasta parties, and we'll have people come back to the house, and everybody brings in stuff, and it's a great time. We also have the pink game in October in honor of different people in the community that we know. And during the pink game at halftime, we do the Cupid Shuffle in honor of them as a little halftime special.
All right. And literature, something you enjoy. I don't usually see people volunteer up literature as a subject area in school they enjoy.
Yeah, I love it. I love writing essays. I've doubled up over the years in classes that Lehman offers, and it's a great time. I'm really upset that I couldn't do AP Lit this year because that's a big time commitment, and with all the sports that I do, I want to make sure that my studies are where they need to be.
Well, I would keep that writing the essays thing a secret when you get to college. Everybody's going to want your help, so I'll keep that on the down low. As far as next year, you do want to play field hockey in college?
Yes, that's a definite. I've been looking around at a lot of different type of schools, and it's just a passion that I have. And putting down my stick after this year, after our last game, I don't see that happening. I really see myself going into college with it. It's a great bond to have, and I know at college I'll get my homework done. It's good time management.
And Kelsey Kolodziejczyk, somebody you look up to, and that's a pretty good role model here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yes, I love Kelsey. She always comes back into the community, and she holds different camps and stuff. And so she's coached me over the years. I've gone to a couple of her games at Spooky Nook, but recently she retired, and now she's coaching at Syracuse.
Well, it's great to hear. Sounds like you have a great future, Madison. Keep up the good work. Have a super 2017.
Thank you.
All right, Madison Klopp there from the Lake Lehman field hockey team. Great to hear these young ladies. They're so mature. They got so many great things going on in their community. And as Coach Lipski, we bring her back. I know it makes you proud each and every year. And Hunter Klein will be just another young lady that you're proud of and what she'll do this year in the field hockey field. And, of course, what she does in the classroom. A pretty darn good student.
Hunter is like our quiet, I don't know, she doesn't speak a lot. She just has that great smile on her face all the time, but she is so tough. Plays defense for us, the last long line of defense before you get to Alicia, and not much gets through, as Alicia said, and it's thanks to the likes of Hunter. So, she just is a force back there to be reckoned with. She's not flashy. You're not going to pick her out of the crowd. But if you watch her statistics, she comes up with the ball and knows how to clear it just beautifully, and that's what we count on.
All right, let's welcome in Hunter Klein here on the Jean Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service, locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. And Hunter, welcome into the show.
Hi, John.
Well, doing pretty darn well in that classroom. Talk about being able to carry the grade point average you carry and just being a serious student.
Playing sports helps me, like Maddie said, with time management. I know that I have to get my homework done or my mom will not let me go to practice. But, school is important to me as well as doing well in sports.
Science and math, something that you enjoy as well.
Yes, they are very interactive subjects, and if I don't do stuff, I get bored. So I also want to be a pharmacist when I attend college, so math and science are important for that.
Yeah, I think those are good subject areas to have down, and you're kind of similar to your teammate there and being the older sibling. So what's it like being around Hannah and Haley in your family?
We get along. We're very close in age, and I don't know. They look up to me, and they're also very athletic and do a lot of stuff. Keeps my mom busy, but I like them.
Well, it's not easy to admit with your brothers and sisters. My kids are always fighting, but I think that's pretty darn normal. I did the same thing. As far as what you play there on the field, tell us a little bit about the position you play and how you hope to help out this year.
Last year we had a pretty successful season, and we lost 2 defenders, so they're going to be tough to replace this year, but we have a lot of young kids willing to work hard and earn their spot in the field, and I think we'll have a pretty successful season this year too.
Not only do you play field hockey, but you're involved in basketball and softball. To talk about being able to balance the academics and athletics with those sports and what you like about them.
I like to have the variety, like playing field hockey all year. Like I like field hockey a lot, but I also like playing other sports as well. And Lehman's basketball team we had a rough season last year, but we are going to come back stronger this year, and I think we'll have a pretty good team. And softball, we went farther than we ever had last year, and we won more games than the last couple years combined. So I think we'll have a pretty good season this year as well.
Yeah, that basketball team, I know junior high, they have a bunch of girls, 5'11", 6 foot, and years to come, really, really good at Lake Lehman with all those big players who could actually play as well. Junior leadership and student council, so you're well-rounded, involved in those as well?
Yeah. This year will be my first year doing junior leadership because you have to be a junior to do it. But I'm really excited to start doing that and meet new people.
Well, sounds good. Sounds like you got a great track. And, of course, we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So that is the Lake Lehman field hockey team. Great to see them. Great to hear from them. Coach Lipski, we wish you the best this year. I know it's going to be some good games. And talking to Holy Redeemer, they're looking forward to a big matchup. And they'll be a pretty good team this year and pretty good game last year, right?
Oh, correct. Yes, they. I just think their coach has made a world of difference there. Their new coach, and she knows field hockey, and she has the ability to teach it to her team. So, I just love the fact that our conference just keeps getting more and more teams that are competitive and good. All it does is make all of us stronger.
Well, Coach Lipski, always great to see you. Thanks for bringing the ladies in today.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
All right, the Lake Lehman field hockey team here on the John Mendola Show. As we check out now, we're going to head out and talk. We're getting ready. You're warming up here. The football magazine is in the works. We're hoping to get that done maybe next week, so we'll get that to you. Again, we want to thank our local businesses that, of course, support the John Mendola Show. Join us online, thejohnmendolashow.com. Hey, we had a story this week on cricket. There's a cricket club here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Really a fascinating story about these gentlemen that put this together, looking for people. Hey, you want to try something different? Why don't you try cricket? Check out that show. It is on thejohnmendolashow.com. Of course, we had a nice interview with the guys there. We'll head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Frank Sirokatch. Break like a good neighbor. Frank Sirokatch is there. We'll be back here in WILK.